Hi, I'm going to share with you this moment of reflection, and I start with a reading from Romans 2:12, and it says, "Everyone is judged by his conscience. Those who, without knowing the law, commit a sin will perish without the law. And whoever committed sin knowing the law will be judged by that law." What makes us righteous before God is not hearing the law, but obeying it. When the non-Jews who do not have law practice naturally what the law commands, they are giving themselves a law, showing that the commandments of the law are engraved in their minds. Their conscience, speaking within, also shows it when they condemn or approve their actions. The same is to happen on the day when God, according to my gospel, will judge people's secret actions in the person of Jesus Christ. But I suppose you call yourself a Jew. You have the law as foundation and feel proud of your God. You know the will of God, and the law teaches you to distinguish what is better. And so you believe you are the guide for the blind, light in the darkness, teacher of those who do not know, instructor of children, because you possess in the law the formulation of true knowledge. Well then, you who teach others, why don't you teach yourself? If you say that one must not steal, why do you steal? You say one must not commit adultery, yet you commit it. You say you hate idols, but you steal in their temples. You feel proud of the law, yet you do not obey it, and you dishonor your God. In fact, as the scriptures say, the other nations despise the name of God because of you. We live times that are peculiar, particular. We know that. And I think that it is very important for us to understand that there are physical laws we have to be very prudent to obey. St. Paul is talking here about the laws of the Jews, the laws they were following. But when we speak about natural law, we speak about being coherent, especially in times when we have such a thing as a pandemic. You know what imprudent people have created and caused the death of so many innocent people that could have been saved. But pride is a big enemy of humanity. And today we see the example in the first world, people that are supposed to be ahead in so many ways. And during this pandemic, they were the ones that proved to be behind in so many ways, humanly speaking, because pride took over and they thought they knew. And at the end, nature proved them they didn't know, and they still don't know. And so many people have been sacrificed because of that absurd pride. They pay a big price. So now, we have to be careful about something. It's obvious that people that have been quarantined for so long and that are not used to be restricted in such ways, never in their lives, with the exception of some that might have been in a hospital for a few weeks or in jail or who knows, but most people are not used to be confined like people are in a quarantine. And so here comes mental health, emotional health, and a lot of people are not watching that. We have to be very careful to be alert as to how we handle our mental and emotional health, because these are times when that will creep in and will surprise you. Most people don't know what is to lose your mental health or your emotional balance? Most people don't know because they never had that happening to them. But it does happen in the most amazing ways. It just comes in. Because if you don't pay attention to the frustrations and the limitations you are going through in a pandemic like this, you may be accumulating a lot of restrictions internally. And the next thing you know, it just flows out, bringing you serious trouble. And that's why people that do not have especially an inner life, because they were never people of prayer, people of God, people of faith, they are in most danger than anybody else. And that's why we, as people of faith, as people of prayer, as people that may have different levels of an inner life, are responsible to watch over those that are around us, watch their mental and emotional health, because those people are not aware that because they don't have an inner life, and because they don't have a prayer life, because they don't have a faith in God, they are so empty that they don't have anywhere to go, where to cling from. So it is so vital that we are aware of all of this in these times, because now you begin to see how many people are committing suicide, everywhere. A youngster, 14-year-old, just committed suicide in the UK because of confinement. And so are so many other people in the US and some other places, mostly in the first world. And now, if we are attentive to what we are really facing, we are not only facing the COVID-19, the coronavirus, we are facing the effects of it that has so many branches. It extends itself into a lot of planes, and so we have to watch them all. Because I tell you this, we know as people of God that we are going through trials that are transcendental, and they are the will of God. God is teaching us a big lesson to all of humanity, and we know that we can talk about this because this is our spiritual language and we understand each other. God is teaching us a lesson. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people are not paying attention. Even people that are baptized and profess their faith, they still don't get it, they still don't know. So that's why it is so important for us to watch over everyone around and watch over ourselves, because a lot of people consider themselves as spiritual and they are probably just religious people. You know that in the church we see prominent theologians and people that are so structured and educated and are so empty inside. They have no life, no inner life. And their theology and their religious sciences will not come to their rescue, because you cannot survive just with that. You have to survive with the Spirit, and it has to be the Spirit of God in you, dwelling in you.